Have you ever heard about an island that simply vanishes, only to reappear as if by magic? It sounds like something straight out of a fantasy novel or a pirate legend, doesn't it? But what if I told you that such places actually exist in our world, and their stories are even stranger than fiction? For centuries, tales of disappearing islands have been whispered around campfires and written in the margins of old weathered books. These stories have inspired myths, sparked the imagination of explorers, and even led to wild treasure hunts across the seas. But here's the twist. One of these islands isn't just a legend, it's real. Let me introduce you to the enigmatic disappearing island, a place where the boundary between reality and myth seems to blur with every tide. Picture this, you're standing on a quiet shore, gazing out at a seemingly endless stretch of water. The horizon is empty, just waves and sky. Then, almost overnight, a patch of land appears where there was nothing before. It's as if the ocean itself is playing tricks on your eyes. This isn't a one-time event either. Every year, like clockwork, this strange island emerges and disappears, following a rhythm as old as the moon and the tides themselves. Locals have their own names for it. Some call it the Phantom Isle, others the Ghost Island. For generations it's captivated everyone from seasoned fishermen who rely on the tides, to scientists eager to unravel its secrets, to curious travelers like me who just want to see the magic for themselves. So what's really going on here? Why does this island play such an elaborate game of hide and seek with the world vanishing and returning as if by some ancient spell? The answer lies in a fascinating natural phenomenon known as tidal islands, or in some cases, sandbanks. These are not your ordinary patches of land. They're shaped and reshaped by the powerful forces of the ocean, constantly changing with the ebb and flow of the tides. As the tides rise and fall, they reveal, or completely conceal, chunks of land that seem to defy logic. One moment you're walking on solid ground, the next it's swallowed up by the sea, as if it never existed at all. It's a spectacle that feels almost supernatural, but it's all thanks to the science of tides. Here's how it works. During low tide, the wind and waves push sand and silt together, gradually building up a temporary island. Sometimes these islands are sturdy enough to walk on, and you might even spot plants or birds making a quick stopover. But as soon as high tide rolls in, the water surges back, flooding over the sand and swallowing the island whole. In just a matter of hours, what was once a solid landmass is gone, hidden beneath the waves until the next low tide. Now you might be thinking, isn't this just a sandbar? Well, yes and no. While some of these islands are technically sandbars, others are much larger and more dramatic, with their own unique ecosystems and stories. In fact, the scale can be astonishing. Sometimes, the island is big enough for families to set up a picnic, play games, or even pitch a tent for a few hours. But you have to be careful. When the water starts to creep back in, you need to pack up and leave quickly or risk being stranded. There are famous examples of these mysterious islands all over the world. Some, like Bermea off the coast of Mexico, have sparked centuries of debate and conspiracy theories. Others, like the legendary High Brazil in Irish folklore, have inspired countless stories of lost civilizations and magical lands. But perhaps the most striking are the modern cases, like Ynys Landwyn off the coast of Wales. At low tide you can stroll across the sand to reach it, exploring its ancient ruins and wild landscapes. But when the tide returns, the island is cut off completely, turning it back into a maritime mystery that can only be reached by boat or by waiting for the next low tide. What fascinates me most is how these places blur the line between myth and reality. They remind us that the world is still full of wonders, places that seem to exist only in stories, yet are right there, waiting to be discovered. These vanishing islands are like nature's own magic tricks, hidden gems that appear only for those who know when and where to look. For a few precious hours you can walk on land that soon will be lost beneath the waves again. So next time you're by the sea and someone tells you there's an island that's there one day and gone the next, don't laugh it off. Instead, listen closely. You might just be hearing the beginning of your own adventure. Because sometimes the world's best magic tricks aren't illusions at all. They're real, and they're waiting for you to witness them. If you enjoyed this story and want to uncover more mysteries from the edge of reality, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. There's a whole world of wonders out there, and I can't wait to explore them with you. Thanks for joining me on this journey. I'll see you in the next one.